Good morning, welcome back, and we made it to February. Today is not looking much better than January, but we got there, and things can only get better as the song goes. Sorry. If you're new here, my name's Kirsten. I buy, sell vintage antiques, collectibles, secondhand, anything that I think that I can sell online, on eBay, on my website, and in antique centres. And I vlog about what I get up to, life, and everything. And I just say how I am and what I'm feeling and all of those things, and generally in a gentle vlog. So if that appeals to you, then stick around. Today yesterday I did some listing on eBay and I packed my web orders. So I've got some thank yous to say. Thank you to Jacqueline, June, Christine, Kaz, Asriaz, I think that's how it's pronounced, and Carla. All your orders are either on their way already or packed, ready to drop off today. But I've still got eBay orders to pack, so I'm going to show you what we sold over the weekend and what I've got to pack this morning. So there's a few too many breakables, but it's what I sell, so I have to contend with packing them as well as selling them. A couple of Denby plates. This one, a Dentsu dinner plate. I only listed that on, I don't know, Thursday or Friday. Or even Saturday, actually. Saturday morning, I think I listed that. That sold straight away. That one I've had in for a while. It's a Denby Calm. It's like a dark green one. That is a terrine from the auction lot that we got, the Crown de Cal stuff. So that's gone. That's a nice sale. That's a gradual selling through of all that stuff that we got from the auction. Some tape, some gaiters, a sandwich plate, Mayotte Portland one, teapot and cup and saucers. These were actually personal sale because Darren bought me these years ago and we just haven't used them, so we just thought we might as well sell them when just sitting on a shelf. And this I had on my website for ages, and nobody bought it, and I put it on eBay yesterday and it sold straight away. And just to give you an example, this was on my website for £8. I sold it for £20 on eBay. So there are bargains to be had on my website. And then I've got a couple of prints to post as well, these sort of Chinese ones, but they've got lovely like bamboo style frames. So yeah, I better get on because, as I say, I've got to do an auction viewing later. I need to get a move on. All the parcels are packed and it is only 10 to 10, cowboy time. Jilly, do you remember? Cowboy time. Right, I'm going out soon because I'm going to take my parcels, then I'm going to go to the auction viewing, etc, etc. So I thought that I'd show you the bits that I've picked out from my website now, so that when I get back, I'm going to be busy putting bids on and stuff like that. So I had to take my jumper off because it got really warm in here. First things first, this little brass planter, it's just a small one, but it's got nice scrolled feet and the detail of these handles on both sides. Made in India. It is just a small one. I had one on my website that was virtually identical and I'm just replacing it with another one similar. This one, it does have just there, can you see? Is that going to pick it up? There's a tiny little like crack in the edge just there, but it's still very solid, so I don't think it's going to cause any problems. But there you go, that's the first thing. The other day I just needed to get out of the house, so I thought I'll go to Boston, I'll go to the charity shops and I'll find some treasure. Well, I scoured every single charity shop that I could find and I think I bought 4 things. So this is one of them. And one of them is actually the Denby plate that I've just sold. So that was good anyway. This gorgeous little jug. Isn't that sweet? It's a really nice shape, hand painted with these blue flowers and white sort of swirly dots. And that is Dalton pottery. I've not heard of Dalton pottery before, but I did think that was really, really sweet. So that's going on my website. I also found, when I was at the charity shops, these. So I've got 2 of these. So these are either like shortcake moulds or for butter, like butter printing, you know, butter pat sort of thing. So I've got those that have both got like the traditional Scottish thistle. I'm going to do them separately because I can't imagine that you'd need more than one. So I'm going to do those separately. And then I've also got these type of butter moulds. Croaky voice. One has got a thistle like that. And the other one is more unusual. The other one has got a swan. So if you fancy having some fancy butter, head over to my website. So all of those will be on my website. And then I'm just putting on a few more bits of jewellery from the big jewellery lot. So I've got this pair of little hoop earrings. Can you see they've got like a slight sort of indentation that goes all the way through. They're silver in colour. I can't test them. I don't have the facilities to test them. On the bit that goes through your ear, there is SIL imprinted, but that's no guarantee, is it? Unless it's hallmarked. But I just thought they were nice with the little detail of the scrolling, and they look nice and clean. So that's those. Another pair of earrings for pierced ears is these two. And I said that they've got something on the back. Well, under a magnifier, I could see that it was SAL, which is the word that I always struggle with. Swarovski? Swarovski? I don't know. You know what I mean anyway. Those. And they're sort of 1980s-ish pierced earrings. But they're really sweet, aren't they? They're not gold, but gold tone. But so there's those. I've got the Mexican little pendant. I haven't got a chain that fits quite right for it, so I have to just do the pendant on its own. But isn't that lovely? So there's that one. I've put the Choreographed necklace on. Just with the stars along it like that, which I think is really nice. I used to have, I don't think this is silver, but the one that I had was actually silver, but it had little flowers all the way around in the same sort of thing. And I wore it and wore it and wore it until it fell apart. So, there's that. And then finally, I have got the rolled gold one, which I said to you, I didn't know if it had any value. And then I did some Google image search and found an identical one that had sold on Etsy for £60. And it was identical. So I have listed this one on my website. So those are the bits that I'm putting on my website today. I have taken the parcels, dropped them off. I've just had a slice of toast to keep me going. And I've grabbed a few bits. I'm going to pop in Louth in the antique centre, put a few bits out, just tidy up while I'm there. And I might pop in the charity shops or other shops and then go and do the viewing, which starts at 1. Yeah, if there's one that needs to be, yeah, absolutely. The problem is, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Hello. Hello. The other's not bothering to come and see me then.
Hello.
Over the last week, Darren and I have been getting out in the garden when we can, and what we've been doing is emptying the compost bins of the compost that we've managed to make and put it over our beds, and particularly the big long bed, this one here. The soil was really poor and really compacted, and it made it very difficult to plant in last year, so we're hoping by putting a thick mulch all the way along this bed, it's going to help us, one, make the plants healthier, but two, help us plant all the new plants that we're planning on growing this year. And I think it looks quite good. This section we'd already done. Dog saw us help as usual. You can see how empty this huge compost bin is as we were getting barrow loads onto the beds. And Benji became obsessed with this corner and just stood barking at the pallet fence for hours. In fact, he was there again today, doing exactly the same thing. And look at Jenny go.
I'm home. It's 3 o'clock. Where's the day gone? Yeah, it was good trip to Louth. I went to the antique centre. I had a quick tidy up, reduced some prices, put things on my clearance shelves, put a few bits out that I'd taken in a bag. And then I went round the charity shops. Did find a few things, so I'll show you what I found. And then I went to the auction viewing. So it's been very productive. I've got all my notes. So me and Darren need to sit down and do some bidding. Right, these are the things that I picked up from the charity shop. I got a set of 6 placemats. They're slightly different, as in there's peaches and apples and all that sort of thing. What make are they? Pimpernel. So I got those. I got this little frame here. It's a bit like a box frame, it's slightly deeper. I bought that with a craftings. I've got an idea for some crafting things, but it's like a long-term project because I would have to find the stuff that I want at car boot and stuff. So I just saw that frame and it was only 50p, and I thought, you know what, that is a good start for my idea. I got a ceramic bathroom sign. I just thought it was really cute, look, with the frogs and the ducks. So I got that. It's a bit unusual. Bit of a blast from the past. I used to pick up this kind of thing when I very first started reselling, and I haven't picked them up recently, but I got 3 of these. I don't know why I bought them really, but I just thought, go on. And then a jug, love jug. This is really simple blue jug with the white lines down here. It's a Mason Cash one, so you know it's quality. Rather nice, that, I think. So that's that. And that was all I got from the charity shops, so not a great deal. Shall we talk about pricing again? One of the charity shops is silly expensive. And I don't know if you know Ainsley China. It was very popular. A lot of people collected it, and they did it in everything from little pin dishes to pill boxes to vases to big vases, plates, cups, everything. And it's a bit overkill and really doesn't have any resale value at all. It's very, very low. They had 2 mugs that they'd reduced from £20 down to £10. I was like, wow. I wouldn't have even bought them if they were 50p, but £5 each, reduced from £10 each. And in the window, they had some Denby plates. Now, I've just sold some Denby plates, but I kind of know what they valued at. And the imperial blue ones, which are white in the middle with the blue around the edge, aren't worth a great deal. I know because I've got a whole stack of them that we use on the day to day. And they had 4 plates for £60. Yeah, in the charity shop. Bonkers. Anyway, that was everything I got from the charity shops. And then I just bought myself some like gut bacteria type thing. My stomach's been a bit off. I think it's just with my whole the downness of January and stuff. My gut health's gone out the window. So I had taken some of these before Christmas, but I ran out. And I'd paid, I think it was about £9 for a smaller bottle. I have a feeling it was 90 capsules and this is 120 capsules, I think. But it was £9 something anyway. And these were on offer at $15.99, but buy one get one free, and there's 120 capsules. And then when I got to the till, she said, do you have a loyalty card? And I said, well, she took my details last time. She said, what's your email? So I gave her my email address. And she said, oh, you've got a £5 voucher. So for $10.99, I got 2 bigger ones. So I'm well chuffed with that. Okay, well, I need to look at this auction. I also need to get something else to eat because all I had was a slice of toast. Need something to keep me going. And then I need to get on the auction and start do some bidding. You'll have to excuse the strange glow. Maybe if I take these off, you won't get the glow. It's the computer I've got on behind. I'm just going to do some work getting the stuff that I showed you onto my website. It's now about 5 o'clock. Darren's making us some tea. We've just been leaving all our bids on at the auction, so we've left loads of bids as usual, and we'll end up with maybe 3 things. Some of the things that I really liked were just already too expensive, so that's a shame, but it is what it is. Yeah, the other day when I was in Boston, I found a museum I didn't know was there. The old, I think it's just called the Guildhall Boston. I took some video. It's a really interesting place. I want to go back when I've got more time to read more of the information that's there. But I did take some video, so I'm going to pop that in towards the end of my video. If you're interested, you could stay around and have a little look. Give you an idea that if you ever come to Boston in Lincolnshire, you could go and find it. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed a day in my life, and I'd appreciate it if you could leave me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, because those of you that like to leave me a thumbs down every week, you're helping me just as much as the people who leave me a thumbs up, to be fair. So interaction is the key. And if you could leave me a comment, a kind one, I'd appreciate. Yeah, fantastic. Anyway, take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon.
Then we were a handful of people living in what the records of those times called a decayed and ruined port. But they didn't deliver in the 18th century, and today, well, there are 22,500 living in the town now.
What was that? Sheffield. So short.
Sure. So sure. So sure. How about